I'm Aaron Tux Shanahan, and this is Tux Talks. Today we are talking with Franz and Peter.
What's up? How's it going?
Hi, nice to talk to you again.
Both started cosplaying. That was at EEK, wasn't it? 2014.
Yeah, 14.
Wow, 2 years ago. Oh, man.
So, what made you decide to cosplay?
Just a love for the characters. I mean, we've always been, since we were kids, we've always been passionate about these two particular characters. Obviously, Batman and
Superman for me, yeah. Yeah, I mean, as far back as I can remember, for Halloween, I would be dressing up in my blue spandex and going around trick-or-treating as Superman.
Alright. That's pretty much... I love that when it's just a love for the character.
Mhm.
Something where it's a passion that's before you even realize how passionate you were passionate.
especially now in this day and age, too, where it's acceptable to be super hyped and passionate about these characters. I mean, even go back 10 years ago, people still thought you were a dork if you were, like, reading comic books, right? So, I mean, it's great that you're able to experience it, the love now in, like, full form.
Yes. Next question about cosplay. Cosplay, ups, downs, pretty much everything in between. I want to focus on both ups and downs. What are some of the downs that you've had during your time cosplaying?
I'll start with this one. I guess sort of when you're building a new cosplay and you're working on it and things just don't go right and you're thinking, oh, I spent so much money on it and it doesn't look like it's going to work out, and feel like, you know, you're just going to give up, and then you try new things and it all ends up working in the end, I guess. So the downside is when you're not sure exactly how things are going to turn out when you're creating.
I think for me, the downside is the ones that I've experienced is like trying out a new costume and not getting the love that you thought it would get. I mean, case in point, last year when I premiered my Bat flick from the new Batman Superman movie, a lot of people didn't like that costume. They thought it was kind of cheesy and lame, but I was like, but now, you know, there's a little more love for it after the movie comes out. But then it's always kind of disappointing when you feel like, I thought I did a good job on this, but it's not the same.
You know, I've actually connected that quite a bit. As you both know, I actually did an Aquaman costume, which is a fully functional wetsuit. I was expecting it to just turn heads, people realize, wow, that can actually work underwater. I've had 4 people total actually be able to tell that it was neoprene.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely did leave a, oh, I broke how many needles on this?
Yeah.
Or how much sweat I've literally excreted trying to stay in the
I
suit.
put a needle through my finger on this.
Yeah, that too.
It's okay, it was a finger that can't feel anything.
It's not like you'll need it, right?
Only need 9. 2.
Not counting thumbs.
Alright, so let's actually talk about some of the ups. What is like a giant highlight that you've had happen?
I guess for me it would be the reaction children get when they see me as Superman and him as Batman. Just, I don't know, I guess as if I was a child, to be able to see a real life Batman and Superman, it would be really awesome, and for them they feel the same way, so it's a really great feeling.
I think for me, in my case in particular, is connecting with other Batman guys who love talking about the costumes. I mean, there's only so many people in the world who can talk about, oh, where'd you get that cowl from, or who made your suit? And it's just like that community you kind of build, whether online or at the con, or even just costumers in general, right? And cosplayers who really take the time to really get to know the craft the work you put in. And I think that's such a great feeling to be able to have that type of community going on.
You mentioned about children. Today you guys were actually doing some volunteer work. Do you want to talk about a little bit about that?
Sure.
Okay, you wanted to start this?
Yeah, I'll start this one. So we've both done volunteer work in the past. We've worked with a couple of organizations, and we just found, like, we have these suits and we're trying to embody the character, so let's embody them to the fullest by giving back to the community. So it's also not just doing it at the con, but go outreaching to people who might not be able to attend but want that experience of seeing Batman and Superman come to life. So I think, and for me, Right now we're working with Heroes Unleashed. It's just us and a couple of friends who you may know, Canada Wolverine and Veda Cosplay, who you interviewed before.
Yes.
It's just starting that type of thing and just kind of building from there and seeing just what the good that you can do with it, and so that's kind of what it's going for.
All right, that's fantastic. Do you have anything else to add for that?
I guess for me, like, I really love to see the smiles that children have on their faces when we show up for events like that. And, I mean, it's not an S, it's underneath here, but it stands for hope, and I like to believe that we stand for something more when we show up for different events like that.
It really is all about the kids. I mean, they're the ones who, get inspired as they get older.
All right. Now we're going to move a bit away from talking about cosplay to talk about different things. Let's start. We have Superman and Batman here. Let's start with Batman versus Superman. What were your thoughts on the movie?
Oh boy. The fanboys are coming.
Yeah. Personally, I loved it. I really do. It's got a place in my heart. It's my baby. I've seen it from day one through the development and the shooting and stuff like that. I followed it. And I really do. I did enjoy it. I've seen it 4 times already in theater, and that's just the beginning. I plan on seeing it quite a few more times.
Ultimate Edition for
Yeah.
3 hour.
Yeah,
cut.
I can't wait for that to come out.
Yeah.
There are some things that I wasn't totally in love with how they portrayed Superman, but overall, I really enjoyed it.
Ben Affleck was the bomb. Not like in Phantoms, but it was great. I can see why some people would have a problem with it. It was really a love letter to us fans of DC, like for the ones who grew up reading like The Dark Knight and, spoiler alert, Death of Superman. Sorry, folks. But I really loved how it portrayed these heroes. It works for the context of the world today. So for me, that's the biggest point in case. And getting to see an actual Batman wearing a gray suit and being the ultimate badass when he came to fighting. Guy wrecked some people hard.
Oh. For me, the fight scenes felt so Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. Loved the Batmobile. Like, I wasn't sure what I was going to think of the Batmobile when I first saw it.
What were your thoughts on the Aquaman, Jason Momoa?
There was not enough to actually, for me to make a judge on it. Right now, I am right on the fence. It could go fantastic, or it could be a complete bomb and sink the franchise. I love Aquaman, and I am hoping that they do him right. I hope, the one thing I hope is they bring Peter David in and have him actually help out with the development of Aquaman. Back in the 90s, Aquaman was top of his game when everyone else seemed to be suffering from the grim and gritty.
Well, with the hand missing and everything and the long hair. It was, and you know what? It had such an influence. I mean, you see it in the Justice League show, and even kind of now with like the video games and Jeff Johns' run on Aquaman too, right? I mean, I'm not as much of an aficionado as you are, but from what I've seen, I really enjoyed it.
All right, next thing that I want to talk to you guys about, I'm actually looking for more movies to watch. My fans, as of this moment, 75 of them, might also be looking for movies to watch. What are some recommendations that you can actually give? Let's say top 3.
Top 3.
Ooh. What genre are you? Just anything?
Anything.
And
Like,
everything?
for me, the one movie that I would recommend everyone to see is Stardust.
I still haven't seen that movie. I feel like I'm missing out because everyone's seen it and I still haven't seen it. I guess I'll go see it later tonight.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not on Netflix, but every HMV has a DVD copy. It's part of the 2 for $15 right now, I believe.
Oh yeah.
You can even stream it online with other services too,
Yeah.
right? Do you want to go first?
Okay, sleeper pick actually is the 1997 Hercules Disney movie. That one is a classic one for me. That's my all-time favorite Disney movie. Just trying to think of some other ones here. What I can go with.
Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so if we're gonna talk into like a psychological thriller type, Donnie Darko. I don't know if you've seen that one yet, or
I haven't. It's one that's on my to-watch list, but
it's a great movie.
my cameraman does not seem too thrilled.
No.
You gotta watch. Did you watch the director's cut too? Watch the director's cut. It's a little better, but I loved it. So that's kind of one of my favorite movies. If you're looking for a romance, 500 Days of Summer, hands down. That,
No.
you know what? Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
What else is there? Oh, a couple days ago we watched the American Pie movies at his house.
Yes,
those are
American
fun
Pie one.
times.
If you're
Yeah.
looking for just something to
Yeah.
kind of melt your brain.
Yeah.
Horror movies. Horror movies.
So scary. No,
Let's probably say. Damn, there's actually a lot. There's a few. The first Nightmare on Elm Street, still classic. You know, Johnny Depp, Heather Langenkamp. Oh, place in my heart. That's kind of it for me.
And I guess I'll go for my third one. I guess I'll go with the cliche Superman Returns from 2006. It's not a very popular one, but it's got a place in my heart.
I actually saw that opening day.
Yeah.
2006 was my graduating year, and I was seeing like, okay, the X-Men movies have been packed opening day. The Spider-Man movie, packed opening day. Batman Begins, packed opening day. So I show up 2.5 hours early to wait in line with my buddy John, my other buddy Cole, and his buddy Chris. We get in. We're one of 12 people in.
Really?
We were a third of the audience. It was magical to the point, except for behind us, about 3 rows to the left, there were a couple of people who were drunk, high, and talking.
Yeah, that always ruins the atmosphere.
And it wasn't like whisper, whisper, whisper. It's like, why don't you do this, you green fool?
Superman's a stalker.
I mean, he was.
Yeah.
It wasn't your best moment as
No,
Superman.
it was a very flawed movie, but it has it's got a lot of it really connected to the Christopher Reeve series, and it just had that magic.
And it had one of the best lines ever. I love the Superman will never run. Oh.
Kevin Spacey, you know, I actually did enjoy his portrayal of Lex.
Yeah.
Ooh. Speaking of Lex,
Okay.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg?
I personally loved it. I felt that he portrayed the perfect jerk. I'm better than you. I am mankind's savior. Superman is going to be our downfall. Lex Luthor.
I'll let Superman speak his opinion first, since it's his.
Yeah, I agree with you. Actually, he was a very different. Like, we've never seen a Lex Luthor like this in the movies ever before, so it was definitely unique for sure. I thought just the way he just seemed like he knew what was going on above everyone else, and to me, it just, especially when he found out about all the information of the other worlds and stuff, and he just seemed like he was crazy because he knew a secret that nobody else knew. And to me, I thought it was really cool.
I think I can speak for the both of us. You know, Michael Rosenbaum on Smallville.
Yeah.
That was like the Lex of the comics in full form, right? And
Yes.
that will always be a very dear place in my heart for sure, and I know for sure his.
Oh, absolutely.
But I mean, with the character of Lex Luthor, it can go in a tangent of like 2 different directions. You can either be psychotic and kind of out there, mad scientist style, or just the secret conniving businessman. And he was kind of a nice blend of the two. You get to see that angry tycoon mixed with the crazy scientist that you actually see in the original comics too, if you look back far enough.
Now, talking about TV movies, when we met at EEC, we were in line to actually get photos with Stephen Amell.
Right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
What have you guys been like? Have you guys been following Arrow since then?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh man.
How
Yeah.
have you been enjoying the development, the spin-offs, Legends of Tomorrow, Flash?
Yeah. The Flash is definitely my favorite one. I think Grant Gustin does such a great job portraying the Flash and Barry Allen. I've still been following Arrow, and Legends of Tomorrow is pretty cool too. I mean, it's got Brendan Routh as
Who we're meeting,
Yeah.
by the way.
yeah at Calgary Expo.
Mhm. Excited for that.
I'm hoping, possibly, crossing fingers, toes, anything, vertebrae.
Oh, that might hurt a little.
Yeah,
I'm hoping now I'll be able to actually arrange an interview with him.
that'd be great.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
He's on my wish list.
Well, okay, for Arrow, we've been, because that year we went to go meet Stephen Amell. That was season 2, right? And that was
Yes.
the best
Yeah.
season of Arrow so far.
Yes, I will agree with that 100%.
And
It-
Felicity is kind of annoying me.
I
Yeah.
used to like her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It-
exactly.
I call it the ex-girlfriend. She was great. She was fantastic.
Yeah.
It's like, what
Get
happened?
out there.
And like after season 3, it's like focus on the Flash, focus on Legends of Tomorrow. You know what's actually really surprised me is Supergirl.
Supergirl is a
Yes.
fantastic show.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be that whole just full empowerment, which I support, but like I'm not like all about that whole in your face about it.
Yeah.
But it does such a good job of blending that real world aspect of being what it is to be a heroine, as well as just being an everyday person, and I love it. I love that. To me, that's actually my favorite show, tied with Flash, actually.
Awesome. Are there any other TV shows going on right now that you are following that have just been fantastic?
See, I watch a lot of comedy shows.
Yeah. Fresh off the boat.
Fresh off the boat.
Yeah.
I relate so much.
Yeah.
My whole family relates to that show so much. I get his too.
Yeah.
iZombie. That's a great show. I thought it was good. The whole, because of Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, which I love. It's kind of saturated the market for TV shows, but iZombie really changed up the game with that for me. And Brooklyn Nine-Nine, great show.
Oh.
Andy Samberg.
I know that my cameraman approves of it.
I love Andy Samberg can do no wrong, except for when he works with Adam Sandler. I'm sorry. Adam Sandler got old real fast for me.
Yeah.
Not literally. He's not that old,
Yeah.
but
I mean, my cameraman and I have actually gone to karaoke and sang Mother Lover. Badly, but we did it.
see,
Is there any other way to do karaoke though? Badly?
You should come with me and see how I do Sexy Back. I mean,
Oh.
there's
JT, bring back all the memories. That's cool.
a reason why I wear this tux.
Got a suit and tie, man. Great song.
Awesome. Is there anything else you want to say before we call this an interview?
Stay in school, kids. Or, I guess a lot of you are probably in school, so ignore me. Superman.
Just be nice to others, and they'll be nice to you back.
Awesome. Oh, cameraman disagrees. I agree with you more.
Okay, thank you.
I'm
S
Aaron.
doesn't stand for- Okay, don't worry about it.
I'm Aaron Tux Shanahan.
I'm Batman.
And I'm Superman.
This has been Tux Talks.